Hey guys, welcome back to the O&D Life. I am taking a little break. I was milling some more wood and then trimming down that wood for some fence boards. I might have to do my do a video on that. But today we're going to work with the DR trimmer. The 3-point DR trimmer, fence line trimmer. We're going to go into some of the pros and cons with it that I've run into, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, stick around. Welcome back to the O&D Life, where we get orange and dirty. This is where you can come for some lessons learned from a new tractor owner who learned the hard way, but also learn about some products that I've found that has made my tractor a lot more usable, a lot more enjoyable, and has helped me out tremendously around the homestead. So stick around, and today we'll be talking about something that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Okay, so the first thing is putting it on. The way that the 3-point connection works, I had to drill holes at the top, new holes, in order to get it to work with my quick hitch. And then, I don't do it enough. It got shifted a little on the furniture dolly that I'm using, and pallet that I'm using with furniture dolly wheels on it. So it took me a little bit to get it just right, get it to where it would slip on, and then it turns out it was too far over on the collar. I believe there are some bushings that you can put on the pins, which, makes it a little more uniform and guides it into position, I think. So, I don't know. It might be something that I do at some point, but it works. Still get to use my quick hitch, so that's good. Now, next up, we're going to do some actual footage on the fence line. I will say I was holding the phone, kind of had it on the back of my seat, so sometimes it kind of comes out of frame. But this gives you a chance to kind of see, the cut. My fence line there on the front, it's on a hillside, and so it's always just a little bit sketchy. It's about a 20 to 25 degree decline going into that fence line. At one point, actually, well, after I filmed, right as I turned it off, basically, I got down, started sliding a little bit, and just got a little too close to the fence. I thought I was going to be pinned up against it, but got myself out. You can see some of it's kind of thick. One of the things that is really tough is it will, because my ground's uneven, I'm on a side, on a hillside, a lot of times it will dig down into the ground and scalp the ground. I'm constantly having to raise and lower my 3-point hitch. That will help raise or lower where that cutting head is, where the string trimmer head is. There's a wheel on the back that you can see, so basically you're kind of teeter-tottering that cutting string up and down by raising your 3-point hitch up and down, basically. Once in a while I'd have to back up and kind of hit the spot again. If I could get to that fence line on the other side, there's a ditch on that other side that makes it kind of where I can't, makes it impossible that I can't. I'd be a lot more pleased, but as it is, I can only hit the fence line from this one side. So it's a little limited. I still have to do that ditch on the other side with the weed eater. Here's kind of a thick spot, thick branch bush. But really, it has some thick string trimmer line. I upgraded my trimmer line to what they call a sawtooth, and it's pretty wicked. It does the trick. I don't run my RPMs up too high. Just enough to really get going. Maybe probably not even 2,000 RPMs. I bet you I wasn't even at 2,000. Maybe 1,800. But just kind of cruising along. It's always a challenge. I got this old wooden fence that I tear up sometimes. Like I said, I'm in the process of milling some boards and then cutting them to dimension and hanging some new boards up. I'll get a video up showing some of that at a later date. But you can see it, hey, at least I'm sitting and I'm under my shade canopy, my rhino hide canopy. So that beats doing it by hand. I did end up doing that ditch that same weekend, got it all done. So glad to have that all done. It's slow. It's not a quick process, but it gets it done. I'll be going to some live, where I'm talking live, after I've done my fence line. Here in a little bit, well, almost as I got done, I was almost done. I ended up, my belt, one of the belts within the drive system got pulled off. That's where I was showing my inclometer, angle locator. See the angle that I was on that hillside. But when I was just about done, I probably had just another 10 feet to go. The belt inside the unit came off one of the pulleys, two of the pulleys, and actually stalled out my tractor. So that's one good thing that I was at a low RPM. Otherwise, it might have really might have damaged it. Who knows? Because it basically locked up the gearbox. So we'll be cutting to that here shortly. Okay, here's what I found. Looks like got some twine coiled up, rolled up, spun up inside of the gearbox or pulleys, belt and pulleys, and eventually it looks like I came off some of the pulleys there. So I guess I'll have to figure out how to fix that. Alright, got it all fixed up. Just had it skipped the pulley. The belt skipped off that pulley. Let me just come back here in the back and show you. I am using the bolt on the side that allows about, I think they said 30 degrees of tilt up and down. So it allows the unit to ride kind of, when the bolt comes up, the unit out there is going down and vice versa. You can use this position here, and it just locks it in so it goes straight out. is it worth it? On my property, it probably is not. When it comes down to it, doing that fence line that I do, it's almost just as quick. And you know, if it's cool out, it's not a problem. The advantage that this has is I can do that fence line, one side of it, and be sitting, you know, and be under my shade canopy. So, you know, it's if I was on flat surface, flat land, doing a fence, long fence, straight fence, I would definitely say, yeah, it's worth it. You know, it's not perfect. It doesn't cut it everything, but it sure beats doing it out in the sun with a weed eater. Is it faster? No, I wouldn't say it's faster. Just easier on you. You know, it's kind of a pain to put on at first. I will say that, even with the quick hitch adjustment that I made with it. But overall, you know, I could have gotten by without it. If I add some more fencing, wood fence, you know, it might come in handy. But really, I prefer using the wire woven fence, so that way goats can't get through it, dogs, things like that. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Got a little more, the 3-point DR trimmer, we revisited it. Hey guys, well, thanks for watching my 3-point DR trimmer revisitation. Check out the link. I'll put it in the description, or at the end, a card at the end of the original video that I did on that, and Orange and Dirty, back when I just had music set to it. But if you can, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell button so you'll be notified when new videos are posted. And check out the description. There's a lot of links to other videos of some products that you might be interested in for your tractor. There's also a link to the Facebook O&D Life page. Come check it out, and you'll see some sneak peeks of videos that'll be coming. And then lastly, there's a link to the Amazon store with some products that I use in the videos that you can order right there from Amazon. Works out really good. All right, guys. O&D out.